I'm going to assume that most of you motherfuckers know about the Sangan errata, and if you don't, look it up, nigga. Some people feel like, why can't they just keep Sangan just like it is without the errata and make another card with the errata text? The point behind this errata in particular is to make Sangan a card for the current game. If Sangan was created right now, it probably would not have the flexibility that it had when it was made years ago. Without the errata, it is possible, unlikely as a motherfucker, that Sangan could trigger multiple times in a turn. And motherfuckers act like hand traps don't exist or something. It would defeat the whole purpose of creating another card with the errata text and keep Sangan intact. So what would this mean? You would keep Sangan banned and have the errata text on some other shit and that's fine? Or you would unban Sangan without the errata and have this other errata card. That is the reason why Sangan is getting this errata. So they don't have to make another card. All they gotta do is just make some changes to it and then it'll be safe enough for the current game. A lot of cards that are still on the ban list to this day did not have a lot of restriction when these cards were created. Pre-errata, Regular Destruction, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Crush Card Virus. Very little consideration to what the fuck these cards would do to the game. They probably had some idea what it did, but you saw what happened with that shit. That was some top tier shit. Fuck yeah, it was. Those cards are generic. And with generic cards, you can play them in a lot of shit. And because you're going to see them, and you saw these motherfuckers way back without the errata in a lot of shit, they become a problem. Again, you might not like the errata, but it's the logical step forward if they were going to unban cards from way back. So if they just suddenly unban Rescue Cat, you don't think they would errata that? Painful Choice, Forceful Sentry, Confiscation, Delinquent Duo, you don't think they would put errata on that shit? I'm just saying. I know people be on their nostalgia trip, but all I really ask in this video is just to look at the shit a bit differently. I'm not telling you that you need to agree with the shit. Just look at it differently. It's not always about how playable a card is. It's about keeping things for the current pace of the game. They would not make Sangan without restrictions. They would not make Ring of Destruction, Chaos Emperor Dragon, or Crush Card Virus without restrictions. And they haven't. So in case you had no fucking idea on why they did this shit, perhaps this gives you another way to look at it. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. If you would like to help me pay rent, I ain't asking for your motherfucking DINERO. I'm just asking for seconds to click at least one advertisement. If you could do that for me, thank you. It's so very appreciated and you have my gratitude.